Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of September 13th. As always, we'll start off with the Mythic Plus affixes for the week. This week we have Tyrannical, Spiteful, Necrotic, and Shrouded. Again, that's Tyrannical, Spiteful, Necrotic, and Shrouded. Kind of giving a little smile there because this is not a very liked set of affixes here. Spiteful, Necrotic is quite annoying and not liked at all. It is much worse if it's fortified, but Tyrannical, it's still annoying. A lot of these new bosses, these new old dungeons on Tyrannical are bad as it is. Spiteful Necrotic does not make that better, or at least especially Necrotic. Obviously, Necrotic has been nerfed many times, but it's just like this hated affix, which leads to less tanks, which leads to less dungeons. And yeah, if you are looking for your World of Warcraft fix, perhaps you are into Classic or on the Dragonflight beta, but it probably will not be coming from Mythic Plus dungeons, unless of course you're so hardcore that you just don't give a crap and you're going to do your dungeons either way. Much respect to you if so. But that will not be me, I will say that. I'm not going to be killing myself with this set of affixes this week for no real reason to do so. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in-game in Shadowlands this week. The Harvest Festival is ending today as we get closer and closer to fall. I've talked about that a couple weeks now, how fall kind of feels like a good WoW time, at least for me. At least that's, it's going to be fall here in NA, not necessarily everywhere on the globe. The fated raid this week is Castle Nathria. I believe this week they are adding. So if they had an event this past weekend where they did like a charity event where you can, where they had double affixes on the bosses, fated affixes, and I believe they're going to allow that to be activatable this week in your own raid. So those councils at the beginning of the raid, you can interact with them and make the bosses have double fated powers, right? Obviously, this could be a bad thing if it adds the soak or whatever, which most people don't like the soak for obvious reasons, but it could add barrier to it, or it could add the moats, which are really easy to deal with, and make the boss a lot easier. You can turn them on or off, so I suppose you could see what affix is on the boss when you turn it on and then turn it off, or if it's static for everybody, you could just look ahead and see what bosses you want to do it for to make them much easier. Obviously if you get a boss with barrier plus moats as the affixes, that's just going to be super, super easy, and you're going to kill that boss pretty much instantly, just because of how easy that would be. So that's kind of a new thing with the fated raids. I believe that's this week. I'm sorry if it's not. I just read an article about it on Wowhead, and I believe it said coming with the reset, but perhaps it said a different date. The PvP Brawl this week is Deep 6. I don't care much about that. The World Quest bonus event, all I can say about the World Quest bonus event is please make World Quests like they were in BFA or Legion, but especially BFA. I really like doing a lot of them back then. That would be nice because currently World Quests stink. We have Pirates Day coming at the very end of the week. That's just a little niche holiday thing that doesn't really do much for you in game. Although maybe if you RP as a pirate, it could be a very interesting day for you. So I guess you can't blanket statement that for everybody. Other than that, not a ton going on. So the biggest thing this week in Shadowlands is probably the fated raid thing. Again, if that's not this week, if that's like next week or something, then there isn't much going on in the game. We are getting closer to the classic release. I almost have my mage up to level 70, which is really hard to do with limited time and very long queue times, by the way. But I almost have my mage up to level 70. I might post some rating stuff on my mage on this channel. The only replies I got seem to be positive ones regarding that. So I might post some content like that when Wrath Lich King Classic comes out, especially before Dragonflight. So there's going to be a time where, Wrath Lich King Classic's in full bloom and Dragonflight's not out yet. There'll be a short time there, and that would probably be when that would happen. I have been playing a lot of Dragonflight Beta. Those have been the videos that I posted. Getting closer to 70, it perhaps looks like they might be adding a level 70 realm. I just looked at that before I started making this video as well. I make these videos on Monday afternoon usually. And just was reading a tweet about that might be happening. So that'd be really cool. I am almost level 68, so I almost did level up all the way. But if I could just have a level 72 to go in and test on, that's absolutely great. I'll just have, I assume, probably generic gear. Maybe not. Maybe you get to, I don't know exactly how the template works. I forget, frankly, from Shadowlands already. But yeah, I'll be testing a lot. I'm going to be going through a bunch of different talents, comparing them, going through the numbers. By the numbers is probably what I'm going to put in the titles of them, because I'm going to be going through the numbers and seeing what talents are doing well, what talents are doing bad, what talents need tuning, what talents need reworked. Because it's what talents need both of those things, and kind of giving my perspective on it based on how I feel playing with it, and then of course what the actual damage numbers say. So I'll be continuing to do that. I'm having fun doing that. It's something that I actually enjoy doing, kind of analyzing, the talents and stuff like that. So I'll be doing that a lot more. Maybe 2-3 videos of that. Who knows? And that'll be pretty cool if so. So yeah, that's it for this week. I have tons to do as far as World of Warcraft goes. Maybe not if you are a retail Andy, like I pretty much am. By the way, I'm not no hate on you if you're a retail Andy. That's what I am. It could be a little bit more boring for you, but that's okay. If you like the faded raids, the faded raid change could be a positive for you. And if not, give Classic a try. If you have a beta invite, and they make the level 70 template especially, log in, do some dungeons on your level 70 template. Even if you don't normally do beta stuff, just because the more people testing, the better, the easier it is to make a group, stuff like that. It can be a fun time as well if you get into like a cool little group to spam some dungeons with, or do whatever content is available to test. So yeah, that's it for this one. Pretty much stoked, pretty much tired, pretty much tons to do. So as always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody have a good one.